What's going on, guys? Welcome back. If you're new around here, welcome for the first time. I hope you stick around. Something new this week, I'm sure you've seen from the title of this video. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but I probably do. But we're going to do a cheap car challenge. There is a local guy here, Jim from Hot Rods and Dad Bods YouTube channel. We've kind of been talking back and forth, and I decided to call him out. He has I think it's a 64 Chevy wagon, and it's an inline six, and he put a turbo out the hood. Now, we kind of have made some rules, which we'll get over that in the next video. This video is about the car. He'll be in the next video, and we'll just go over all the rules and all that. But regardless, I have went and picked up my car already. I didn't film any of it, but it does run, it does drive. The rules were initially, when I called him out, is it had to be a 60s car, it had to be an inline six, and we was gonna turbo it, because that's what his is, and that's what the plan was. So, what I picked up is a 61 Ford Falcon. It's out here, I'll show you guys. Now, it's a 170 inline six. It has 85 horsepower factory, but here it is. It is not in the best shape. When I got there, it wasn't running. I had to put the fuel line in here, and it goes into a gas tank in there that I made for it. But anyways, we got to fix the fuel. The transmission is a slush box, really bad, and it's a 2-speed. And it goes into gear, but for some reason it slips going into second, but if you let it just go into second, it doesn't slip anymore once it's actually in gear. I don't know, I know on some Ford stuff and some Dodge stuff there is a band that you can tighten up or whatever, so maybe I'll look into trying that. But I'm gonna get the trans working better, and then I've already got a turbo, and yeah, this is going to be awesome. I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and like I said, Jim, he's local here in town, and we're going to make this happen. It's going to be a couple of challenges and whatnot. The car I got really cheap, so we're ahead there. I actually borrowed a turbo from Jim to make this happen, so let's get this thing inside, and we'll take a closer look at it and start seeing what all we can get fixed on it.
Can't believe I'm driving a Ford right now. What's wrong with me? Alright. I hope you guys can hear that on the mic. I'm pretty sure that it already has piston slap. Yay me. Anyways. So there's some things that we need to doctor up, fix, whatever you want to call them. I mean, she's old. She's got issues. Mostly, it's a Ford. But we'll look past that. It is going to break my heart, though, if I do end up beating him in the drag race or all of this, that I beat a Chevy with a Ford, but what are we going to do? So, anyways, like I was saying, this is a 170. From what I've looked up, I don't know much about Fords. I've never liked them, never really cared to learn about them. But anyways, from what I researched, this is a 170. It is 85 horsepower stock. I'm pretty sure that it maybe has 40 of them left if we're lucky. The transmission is a 2-speed, mostly a 1-speed at this point in time. If any of you know anything about them, this one, for some reason, it'll only go into first if you put it in first manually, and then it basically won't shift into second unless you take your foot off the gas. There's a whole bunch of arms and stuff that go down to the transmission, the linkage and all that. Some of it comes from the throttle. There's other things. I don't know, they call it a Ford-O-Matic. I don't know. Anyways, there's a couple on Marketplace, so if it comes to it, maybe I'll just swap it. Regardless, we're going to have to figure that out, because this thing over here, this is going to completely destroy that transmission. So, anyways, this we're going to put this about here, roughly. We're just going to do a blow-through style. Now, we're not running a whole bunch of boost, obviously, because I'm not pulling this motor out. I'm not doing rings and all that stuff. So we're gonna try to push 3 to 5 pounds. That's probably too much as it is, but at least 3 pounds through that carburetor. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but that's for the next video. I'm gonna do all the building and stuff in the next video. This video, we're gonna get everything ready as far as getting everything working and try to get this thing back on the road as good as we can. I did drive it home, roughly probably 7 miles, not far. But like I was saying, there's the gas tank in the back. Let me get you guys off that stand and I'll show you some more. Okay, so like I was saying, the carburetor when I got there was completely plugged up. The gas that was in the filter here was completely brown. Now, I'm not sure what's going on there because this thing has a brand new, let me get a screwdriver and stuff and I'll show you. It has a brand new gas tank under it. I don't need a screwdriver, I'll just show you. Anyways, it has a brand new gas tank under it and a brand new line going all the way to the front. So I'm not sure where the brown gas was coming from. I'm not sure if the guy, see, I got this from a friend and he did nothing to it except for bring it home and then I got it from him. But anyways, it seems to me like the previous owner put a new fuel tank in it, but it's like he drained the bad fuel out of the original tank and put it back in this tank. I don't know. Either way, there's an electric fuel pump under the car. So what I did was I just took the line off the fuel pump, shoved a bolt in it, clogged it, and then this line here, I just hooked up to the electric fuel pump and then ran it in here to a gas can, and that's how I drove it home. All I did was spray the carb out with some carb cleaner. I didn't even unbolt it. I took the bowl off the front of it because it's a front loader, I guess you could call it. It's kind of like a newer Holley, but anyways, it works. It actually runs really good, except for the very ominous piston slap that's going on. At least that's what it sounds like to me, but that just leaves better entertainment for later. So, first things first, we need to get the gas tank line figured out. Like I said, it's brand new. So I'm probably just going to try to drain what's in that tank and then put fresh in it. I'm not sure what's going on. The color of the fuel that comes out of that thing is literally brown. So not sure what's going on. And then there's a few other things, but we'll look into those next. So let's see if we can't drain this tank out real quick. Okay, so what I've done is I switched the lines on the electric fuel pump. So now it's going to draw from the tank and push out of this line that I had ran. And I just got it running into my oil drain bucket thing. Let me just come in here and we flick this. I got to show you the wiring on this. But anyways, there's just a switch here right by the key. Turn this on. Starts pumping. Drain the gas out of the tank. Like I said, it's not good. That's actually what came out. I had turned it on previously before turning on the camera. But like I said, I don't know what was put in this tank, but obviously it is terrible. But I'm just gonna let that drain, and then we'll dispose of that fuel properly, and then we'll put some good gas in here. Like I said, the tank is brand new. The line going to the front is brand new, so I don't know. Either way, that's going to drain, and we're going to move on to other things. Some of the other things is the wiring I was just talking about. This is a old house, like a lamp extension cord wire thing. I'm not sure what this bracket is going on here. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to fix that, make that a little more safe, and then I want to get underneath this thing and take a look at the transmission. I bought some like stop slip stuff. I'm gonna try that. Oh, it's turning milky now. It's nice. Anyways, I'm gonna try to put some stop slip in it, but unfortunately this car doesn't have a trans pan. It does, but the fluid is actually up in the transmission, and the pan is actually flat. So we got to drain fluid out to even be able to put any in. It's a weird thing. I'll show you here in a minute, but I'm going to keep an eye on this real quick and get the fuel drained out of it, and then we'll move on to electrics, and then see if we can't get this trans to work, because if we can't, I do kind of have a line on a 3-speed that came out of one of these Falcons, but I would have to put a pedal in it and then a shifter and all that, which I'm not opposed to. I just wasn't trying to spend a whole lot of money on this thing, so we'll figure it out, and we'll get this thing going down the road. And then we're gonna race and we're gonna win. I don't like saying that. I really don't. No matter what Jim says, because he's gonna talk a lot of trash. I am not a Ford guy whatsoever. Obviously, you guys know that from what's around here. He is actually the Ford guy, and I've always been the Chevy guy. And it's just funny that he has a Chevy and I got a Ford. But either way, it's gonna break my heart if I win in this thing. A little bit. I'm sure my uncle will think it's hilarious because we have a black sheep of the family. I know he's watching right now. He's the Ford guy and everybody else in the family is Chevy. I guess this one's for you, buddy. Anyways, I'm going to keep an eye on this, and then we'll hop over to doing other stuff. Just wanted to show you guys this again. This is what's coming out of this thing. Like, it's not, it's almost, it has a red tint to it almost. Either way, it's not good. So, yeah. Okay, I've got the fuel completely drained out of this. I'll have to go pick up some more. Anyways, on to the wiring of this. I showed you the whatever that is right there. If I go out here, I mean, if you like quick disconnect stuff, it comes through the firewall right here. So there was there's no grommet. That's fine, but it just runs over here, and then I don't even know what this stuff is, but there's wires exposed, and then it is just clipped onto the positive side of the solenoid. I mean, I've seen lazy before, but this is next level. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna run a new wire, put terminals on it, probably put some sort of a grommet in the firewall there. And then we've got some other wires that are just kind of dangling down in here, just hanging out over here, and just cut exposed wires. Yeah, it's pretty good. Typical Ford guys, right? I'm gonna get so much hate on this. Say what you gotta say, I really don't care. Oh, also, the choke cable is not even hooked up. We don't need that around here, apparently. Oh, and one more thing that I discovered. This is, we're gonna have to fix this. When I was driving it yesterday, I noticed that there is some green liquid on the floor mat. So you know what that means? The heater core is leaking. So to fix that problem, we're probably just going to eliminate it, and we'll just loop the line right here. We'll end up taking this off and then just run the lower line straight up to here. I mean, you gotta worry about it, but I'm gonna run out quick, get some more fuel, get a new fuel filter, because this one, the element in it is broke loose, and we'll get that on there, fuel in it, then we'll try to loop these lines, and then we'll hop underneath this thing and start dealing with the transmission issue. I don't know. Hopefully it's fixable. We'll find out the hard way. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured before I try to lay on the floor where all of this coolant is pouring onto, maybe we go ahead and try to loop this line real quick, just to be a little proactive and to keep me from being covered in fluid and having a constant drip right on my forehead. All right, this is probably gonna make a mess. Oh, it's on there good. Come on now. We're gonna need some more persuasion than that, apparently. So when you just grab the, I wasn't asking, you're coming off. Just like that. Oh, that's that's gonna drain all of it. Let's see here. I did put a pan under this, but it's gotta be a better option than what I'm doing. Let's just, we'll put this, just put the hose back on for now, to at least slow it down. Wow. Okay. Hold that, thank you. we'll go ahead and disconnect this where we're gonna loop it. That way we can just take it off real quick, slap this on. That seems smarter. Or worse, I'm not sure. Either way, it's gotta be a better option than that was. Okay, short out the battery with a ratchet, that'd be cool. Yep. Now this is gonna pour everywhere. I need more drain pans. All right, you come over here. Make this mess. All right, so far we're good. All right, zip tie. There's zip ties all over this thing. Come on. Get off of there. Okay, we can just, perfect length, nice. It's probably done like this before. So we're just gonna pop that one off, pop this one on. Oh, there's a huge mess. Got a hose clamp. All right, get off of that. Holy jeez. Okay, we got it. Wow, that was way more of a mess than I wanted to make, but here we are. All right, just tighten this up. Obviously the lines are going to be cut at the firewall because they don't clamp on at the firewall. I'll show you that here in a second. They just go through the firewall, which is kind of weird. Ford things, I guess? I don't know. Are you going to tighten up? What's going on here? All right. Mint. Now, no more fluid. I guess we just put these together. How is that not leaking? That's nice. We'll just put these two together over here, out of the way. Like so. Perfect. Let it melt on the header. We'll have to do something different with that. Anyways, let me see what I can do with these wires, because a little sketch over here. Okay, instead of worrying about wiring that could potentially catch on fire and burn the whole car down, I feel like second gear and some of first is more important. So we're gonna hop underneath here and see about getting some of this fluid drained out. Why do they not put drain plugs in all pans? If it holds the fluid, it should have a drain plug. Anyways, let's get underneath here and take a look. Okay, this is what I was talking about. The pan is only maybe, I'd say ½ an inch deep, and then the dipstick tube comes into the side of the trans, and the dipstick itself doesn't even go all the way down the tube to the pan. So in other words, if it's full, you can't just add fluid to it because it comes out the stick. So what I'm going to attempt to do is loosen most of these up and drain out a lot, and then I'll put the stuff I got in it first, and then we'll put fluid in it. But in other news, something that I just noticed, that's a license plate that holds the floor. Yeah, it's real good. It's not even, we're not worried about that. I sit on that side. Anyways, another thing we might do, this exhaust, it rattles off the crossmember here real bad, and better airflow is always better. So we're probably just gonna cut this off roughly here. Then maybe we'll turn this and point it out, and it'll come out over here somewhere. Anyways, I'm gonna try and drain some fluid and hopefully fix this transmission. Okay, the plan is to just keep taking them out until it starts leaking. Makes sense, right? All right. Oh, we're starting to get drippage. Do one more on the other side. Can we get one? Oh, we're missing the pan. Fluid's kind of dark. I really should take the whole pan off just to see all the clutch material that's inside there so I can cry myself to sleep tonight. Anyways, keep going. That's what we're looking for right there. Just let this drain for a bit. This does take a specific kind of trans fluid too. Maybe I'll go ahead and just drain all of this. And we'll go get some of the actual fluid that's supposed to be in this, because I don't know what this is. And if you look, it kind of looks like this thing's been out recently and the motor's been painted before. So maybe, hopefully it has the wrong fluid in it. I don't know. Reverse works really well for it to just be a fluid issue. But I don't know, guys. We'll just keep going forward with this plan. I'll go ahead and drain it. I'll go pick up some real fluid for it. Alright, I got the pan out, and it's not good. Check this out. There is probably a good 3/8 of fluid, or not fluid, clutch material down here. I don't think we're going to be saving this transmission by just putting what do you, oh, there's some good stuff there. Chunky. But just putting some stop slip in it. Oh, there's some big chunks in there too. So, not going to keep us from trying. So I'm going to go out, pick up the right fluid for this. I'll clean this pan out. We'll put some of the stop slip in it. It probably ain't going to work, but heck, why not try? I'll be back. Alright, I've got this pan all cleaned up, looking good. I went and picked up some type F fluid, which is what this thing calls for. And then we got our stop slip over here. I'm just going to slap this pan back on here. I was going to do a band adjustment, but I know absolutely nothing about transmissions, and I can't find exact information on the Ford-O-Matic 2-speed from a 61. I've read a few things, but the descriptions don't match exactly what this transmission is. So instead of messing with it and making it worse, we're going to just throw this pan back on, put fluid in it, cross our fingers. I'm still on the lookout for another transmission as well, even a 3-speed, whatever. Either way, pan back on, good fluids. Hopefully, maybe it'll be better. We'll find out. Okay, this thing is all back together. Unfortunately though, it's still slipping just as bad. But I do have good news. One of my friends, I called him, he's one of my Ford friends. He actually has a 62 Falcon at his place, and he has pulled the motor and transmission out of it. And we're actually upgrading, in my opinion. That car is a 3-speed floor shift, and I can get pedals and everything out of it to convert this car to a 3-speed. So that is a huge, huge bonus. But I figured, just for giggles, I'm gonna go out and we're gonna get a baseline on this car. I'm gonna go meet up with Jim out at our other spot out here, and he has a draggy, so we're gonna get maybe a 330 number, possibly a 0 to 30 mile an hour. I don't know. This thing is slow, but we're going to hope and pray that the transmission even makes it there. I did bring my fire extinguisher. It's sitting on, well, I'm bringing it. He's bringing the draggy. He's supposed to meet me out there. You might be able to hear that humming noise. I just had a bad fuel leak. It decided to start leaking out of the accelerator pump real bad for some reason. I don't know. So I got that sitting here running. Was trying to keep an eye on it. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the other motor and transmission, and it was basically free at this point. So that'll be next video, and then the video after that is when we're probably going to start our challenges and all that. So let's hop in this thing, see if it'll make it across town, and let's see how fast she isn't. All right, we're almost back here to our spot, but like I was saying, this thing is garbage, the trans in it. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Like I said, you have to put it all the way in drive, or all the way down in 1 for it to even go into first. But I don't know if you guys are able to hear it. I'm just gonna flat foot it, and for some reason it just automatically goes into neutral. For I don't know why, but maybe you'll be able to hear it. It just revs up. But if you roll into it, like slow, and then go to the floor, it's just fine, and it'll hold it the whole time. Now we're slow, but we just have to keep that in mind for draggy's sakes. But we're almost back here, and we'll get this thing running down the road real quick. All right, we're out here at the spot. We got the draggy hooked up. It's hooked up to his phone. I'm just gonna floor this thing and see what happens. Sun's definitely in my eyes. Can't really see where I'm going. Jim's over here. Let's give her. right, well, second gear definitely didn't work. I'll get, oh, uh-oh. Start, you little. Oh no. Well, she might be done. All right. I'll be right back. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this. I'll put my mic closer to this carburetor. It has severely flooded itself. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about, but I'll be right back. I don't know if you guys will be able to see down in here, but it is literally bubbling. Oh my God. I've never seen something that flooded. Wow. It's not happy either. She's got a lot of smoke coming out of her. I'm gonna mess around with this and I'll be back. Well, I got it running. Of course, the Chevy guy shows up at the end, but it's just super flooded. I'm not sure what's going on with it. All right, we made it back home. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there with the carburetor. I mean, obviously it flooded, but my phone ended up dying right after that last clip there, so I had to come back home and wait for it to charge up, and well, now it's dark out. But I did get the times. I'll throw a picture of that up now. It went a 346 to 60 feet, a 9-second 330 foot, and I'm pretty sure that I was on the brakes for the 8th mile. That was a 14.73 seconds at 45 miles an hour. Really, really putting it to it out there. But like I was saying, the transmission is shot, but I'm pretty sure that I did mention I have found another motor and transmission. I'm probably not going to mess with the motor because I don't know much about it, but the transmission is a 3-speed, and the car is a 3-speed. It is a 62 Falcon. A friend of mine has it. He has the motor and trans out, but he said I could have the pedals and everything, the linkages, all of it. So it'll be a floor shift 3-speed, so that'll get rid of the question of whether or not the transmission is going to go out. So now we might just slip a clutch if we make too much power, but really 3 to 5 pounds, I don't think that's going to happen. But now me and Jim will literally have the same car basically. They're both rusty, they're both in the 60s, they both have turbos, and they're both 3-speeds. Yes, mine is 1,500 pounds lighter, but he has a 230 under the hood. I have a 170. I feel like it evens out mostly. If he wants to complain too much, he can take the back doors off or something, lighten it up a little. But he shouldn't be able to complain too much, considering that most of his frame is rotted off of his car. Anyways, gas tank's fixed, wiring fixed. We're going to rip the motor out anyway, so I'll go ahead and doctor it up more later. We're probably going to end up putting a stock fuel pump back on this just to eliminate the electric fuel pump. I'm probably going to go through the carburetor and actually go through it in the next video. But next video is going to be ripping this motor and trans out, converting it to a 3-speed, getting it back on the road once again. Maybe we'll start the turbo kit. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how I'm doing with time and all that, but it shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure what all it's going to entail putting the 3-speed in it as far as making all the clutch linkage work and all that jazz. So I'm just gonna have to cross that bridge when I get there. What else about it? Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to notice. I'll try to, maybe you can notice. The driver's side wheel is actually leaning out like this. I just noticed today that the control arm on the driver's side is destroyed. Which would explain why it drives everywhere at 50 miles an hour. And when I say everywhere, I mean it just goes where it wants. But I did find on Rock Auto you can buy those, so I'll go ahead and order a different one of those. I'll probably go ahead and do both sides because the bushing on the passenger side is just as bad as the whole control arm looks on the driver's side. So we'll get that taken care of. We got a lot of work cut out for us. Me and Jim want to start these challenges real soon. It is getting to be the end of summer, so we're not trying to spend a whole lot of time on it, but it is going to be fun. When we go to start the challenges, I'll explain everything. It's probably not this week, the following week video. Anyways, you guys will find out when you find out. But I do think that's going to do it for this week. It is Wednesday night. This video goes out tomorrow. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below. I'll throw a picture up or a video or something of the wagon. Let me know what you guys like better, who you think's going to win, yada, 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 all that jazz. So, also, go check out Jim's channel. It's Hot Rods and Dad Bods. He's new to the whole thing. I think he's got 2-3 videos out now. Anyways, we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a fun challenge, and I hope to see you guys there. But that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.